Просто будем разговаривать. Я хочу всех поприветствовать. Вы на канале Формула Любви. Вот как мне тебя представить? How do I introduce you? This is a woman. Как у нас называется по-русски, с большой буквы женщина. The woman with a capital W. Просто послушайте человека, мудрый человек. So, what were we talking about?
So, before my parents?
You said to me about the fact that your sister, who's older than you,
my mother.
Your sister, это там русский, сестра старше, чем ее мама. Сложно. And she's in Israel. And you went to Israel to live with her, or to be near her.
To live with
and
her,
this was
to
a year.
Reconnect.
And you're close.
Build.
You're close with her.
Yeah, extremely.
What's her name?
Rina.
Nice. А сколько ей лет?
She is 51.
Wow. Well, a little older than I. And your mom is 40. Your mom is my age.
45, yeah.
45. I'm 47. I want 49. He's 49.
Oh shoot, she just turned 40. She just turned 46. I forget.
Rina, да ее зовут?
Yeah.
So how did that go?
Rina. It was difficult. It was complicated. She's going through a hard time.
You lived with her?
Lived with her. I was in her house.
And you knew her from before, obviously.
I grew up with her. Not
Rina.
I grew up with her kids,
Rina.
not her. Rina.
Rina. I'm Irina. Wow.
Irina.
And you speak Hebrew?
Betach.
Oh my goodness.
That was my first language. I grew up learning Hebrew, and then I had to learn Russian and English. And
Очень сложно. Я что просто хочу, чтобы люди понимали, что этот человек, это дочь жены моего друга. То есть как stepdaughter of my very close friend, у которого мы вчера были на дне рождения, who I love very deeply. И вот эта дочь. Это сложно все очень. Very complicated. I was going to ask you a question. I will not forget. So anyway, so you moved, and then what happened? I'm just going to put some nice music.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. So nice.
3 months of Disney Plus. Yes, please.
You moved there a year ago. Okay.
Okay, so I moved. My sister lives in a very religious community, much more religious than I am today, or these days. I wanted to go
Is
visit.
she religious, your sister?
No.
Is her husband religious?
She's divorced, and
She's
since the divorce,
divorced.
she celebrates Shabbat. She does like certain holidays,
some.
but she's on her cell phone. She has her sports.
Not strict.
She's not strict
Not
at all.
strict.
She wants to go back.
You don't mind having some snacks with me? A little bit of coffee with snacks?
Okay.
I'm losing weight a little because I gained yesterday at the restaurant. I gained like a bunch of pounds.
I'm trying to gain more weight. I'm too skinny.
You're fine. We're gonna get there. Hold on. So you went to Israel, lived with Rina.
Yeah.
This was a year ago.
A year ago. In the process, I connected with my aunts and my uncles from my father's side. I tried to tell them, like, I'm back, I'm here, let's talk, you have kids.
And the
let's
reason
introduce.
the reason you went to Israel is because you wanted to.
I wanted to meet my family. I wanted to.
But you were in Vegas.
I was in Vegas.
Alone.
Alone.
By yourself. Now your mom lives in Atlanta. With Alec.
Yeah.
My friends.
They came to Las Vegas in
The ones
March. They were there until May.
I think I'm not Vegas.
I'm by myself.
That's crazy. No relatives, no nothing. That's
I have
crazy.
one uncle, but we're not close
cool.
at all.
So you literally by yourself in Vegas.
Yeah. Living by myself for the first time in my life also. I never lived by myself.
What do you mean?
I've always lived with roommates, with friends, with family. In March, I moved into my own apartment. I lived by myself.
Wow.
So quarantine.
In the quarantine, lonely. It gets lonely. Oh yeah, I know. We were here with my ex-Jamaican. We were lonely. Very lonely.
It's hard.
And you can't even meet anyone because it's all quarantine. I know. Oh, это неприятно. У нас есть это орешки.
So it's been an interesting year.
It's been rough. No, it's rough.
It's interesting
It's
watching
rough.
the world and then also being by
How
myself.
did it, because loneliness, I mean, I hate being lonely. I hate it. Я никогда одинокий, я не люблю, это плохо. I have special problems with loneliness from my childhood. А тебе нормально было lonely? It's bad.
I think I was okay for the situation, considering the quarantine. I did okay, now that I judge myself. But I didn't think I could do it. And I
But
was
you
by
did it.
myself from March until
How long were you by
now.
yourself?
What? March, April, May,
So,
June, July.
so hold on. Let me get
5
this.
months.
Let me get this straight. So, you go to Israel to be.
I go to Israel.
That was a year
I
ago.
stay at my sister's house. She's in a very religious community. Very,
Rina.
very, very
Rina.
religious. Yes.
Rina. Okay.
Three of her 6 kids are not at home.
She's 51 years old. She's divorced, and she
Her
happily
ex-husband is also right down like not the street,
Are they
but like
friendly with her ex?
no.
The nasty.
It's
Nasty.
he's got lots of issues.
Like
He's
she-
not supporting.
like
He's
she
not
doesn't.
emotionally
You think
supporting.
she doesn't have issues?
Of course she does.
I'm sure she does too.
Of course she does. But she loves her kids and
Big
she will
stupid
do
tango.
anything for her kids. He's not involved with his kids,
Because
which makes me sad.
she scares him. Trust me. Oh yeah. Somehow, when you see he's a scumbag like that. You met the guy?
I grew up with him. I watched them every summer.
No, я тебя слушаю. внимательно.
Every summer they would send me to Israel. I would live
What's
with
the
them.
guy's
I grew
name?
up with David.
So
They
you
were
were
living
close
together.
with him too. You were close with David.
I used to think he was a great guy.
He
but
is a
it's-
great guy. He got messed with. Listen, let me give you an example, just so you understand. Nazi Germany.
Okay.
There were 50 million people, and a bunch of Italy joined, Japan joined. Half the world was with Hitler. Do you think they were all nasty people? Like we could have been part of that. People can get really weird and real nasty.
brainwashed and confused.
Trust
and
me.
yes, but
So something messed
but-
him up.
Maybe, I don't know. But
You hear what I'm saying.
he's remarried and he has another kid. And same situation, he's not involved with the children.
Scared because he thinks they're gonna take him over. The reason why most men, we tend to want to love our kids. Not as much as you women, but we tend to want to. Мы хотим любить детей.
Okay.
Проблема с мужчинами, это мы боимся, что у нас заберут детей. We scared that women are gonna take. We feel very, very insecure. Это называется in science, MPI. Male parental investment. It's very flimsy. First, we don't even know if
That's
it's
interesting. I grew up and
You know
I
what I'm talking
feel,
about.
yeah, I hear what you're saying and I understand, but the reason why I disagree,
I know, you're probably right.
the reason why I disagree is growing up, my father was the most emotional man I've ever met. He wasn't like that with my sister, but with me, he never hit me. He gave me a love
When you
that
say
I've never gotten from
You
anyone.
mean emotional, like loving?
Like he was my mother.
Okay.
I grew up thinking that he was too emotional, like he was, and my mother was very Russian.
But you know why?
Strict.
I tell you why.
Sit.
I
sad,
tell you
go
why
eat.
he's like that. Your father, Jack, why he's like that. You know why he's so loving? Watch. This logic is because of his mother. His mother, your grandma, who you were close with, was an extremely loving person. Is she alive now?
No, she died. I was young.
But
But-
that's why you connected with her. Remember you told me you had a big connection?
I loved her so much.
That's who taught him how to be like that. My mom taught me how to love like I love beyond belief. I know I've been loved beyond belief. Мама меня обожает до сих пор. She curses me,
But she's
but she loves me. Я тебе покажу, она мне послала, смотри, вчера. I cannot deal with her because я должен с ней. Она бы отбилась от рук. Смотри, look, I'll show you what she sent me, just so you understand the way we have relationship. See this? This is the text I get from her, my childhood pictures, and then a bunch of nonsense. I say, I don't feel your love. Oh, you want love? There's my love. So, special mom. Мы сейчас позвоним, ты с ней поговоришь. Anyway, so your father is very loving, but this guy probably was not. I mean, probably. The guy who you talking about. Her husband, your sister's husband. How is your sister? Because your sister is your sister from your father. How is she with your mom? How is that relationship?
I mean, they didn't really have a relationship until I moved
I mean, they're
last
close
year.
in age. They never been like close.
They never sat and talked ever.
It's jealousy, all this jealousy because they say jealous.
My father was separating everybody. My father was like, okay, Rena, stay
Separating?
here. Judy, stay over here. Irina, go far away.
Because he didn't want to lose values. But he knew you put you together, you're gonna bicker, and he's gonna be the culprit. Something like that. It's weird. Потому что женщины, you people are ferocious. Like look what my ex does. She brainwashes my 4 kids. I keep saying that, people don't understand. She brainwashes my 4 kids, and they curse at me, and I curse at them. We're cursing at each other. Fuck you, I fuck you. My oldest one told me I fuck your mama. Which in fact is the opposite. I fuck her mama, his mama. You see my point? He tells me this shit. He tells me pay up, bitch. My 16-year-old, only on the phone he says that. Too scared to come and tell me to my face. But this is what happens with my woman, my ex, brainwashing my kids. I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
I mean, for the most part, my father kept the adults and me separate, but he encouraged me and his grandchildren. We grew up together. Even when I wasn't always in Israel, me and all the kids we're all like this.
Amazing woman. I mean, you're amazing. I was going to ask you a question. When I was putting the camera, I was going to ask you a question. Your mama said something is messing with me.
Okay.
Well, I'll ask you. See, I'm curious as to hear what you will say. First of all, do you know what's messing with me in our interaction? No? You have no suspicions? Maybe because you're 19. What's messing with me? I'll ask you a question. See I'm curious as to how you're going to answer. How do you think I feel toward you? Like, I mean, I'm a man, you're a woman. How do you think of? Do you think I'm attracted to you?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's
possible.
It's very possible. It's not possible. I am attracted to you. See, and I was so shy that I turned around when I said it. I am attracted to you. I'm sorry.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I am. Because with me, you'll know. I mean, I'll tell you if you have any doubts. Whatever. What are we talking about? You tell me men don't tell this to you like that?
No.
I know. It's sad. And they are attracted to you. They're too scared to say it. But what's messing with me is because, first of all, your parents are my friends.
Yeah.
It's strange. Because I feel responsible for being a responsible person and you know, you're a little younger, which, I mean, whatever. I feel a sense of guilt. I feel a sense of guilt. You think I should feel a sense of guilt? Я чувствую чувство вины. Ну как может ты? А тебе было часто такое, что ты встречаешься, that you meet a man and he's not attracted to you?
I thought so. I think I've met lots of guys and they're not attracted to me.
They never showed you signs of attention?
No, guys I wanted to date, they also
that
never...
That you were attracted to?
Maybe not attracted to, but like I like them, I like their friends. I thought...
Did you voice your desire to say, I like you? This is one thing. And you said that and they just, maybe you scared them. I mean, what man would turn you down, even at least sexually? I mean, you're beautiful. You never thought like that? No. What man will say no to you? Like, think of it that way. Think of us being in a cave. You come to a caveman, any caveman. We are cavemen. We are animals. Beyond all this crazy societal nonsense, you come to a man and say, hey, I would really like you. Let's go have dinner. They'll say no to you? That's crazy.
Guys feel like that.
They're scared.
Today.
They're scared. Hold on a second. So, you were saying to me, let me not distract you from our very fascinating discussion. You moved to Israel to reconnect with your family, which I think is fascinating, with Rima, and she got 6 kids.
6.
Oh, she's pissed.
Her oldest kid.
Oh, she's pissed. You know why she's pissed? I'm sorry.
Her oldest child is 28. Her youngest child just turned 19. I'm right in the middle between her kids.
Now, this is
my father's children and grandchildren.
If people only knew how complex this creature is, like I could just start writing a book about you. This is like a little preview. But do you understand how much complexity? Because the people who you were made by are very complex people. Your mom, your dad,
my sister.
The sister, which I can even. So she got 6 kids.
6 kids.
28 is the oldest.
19.
And you're close with them.
All of them. All of them.
Where are they now?
Oh my gosh.
Can I even
all
make
over
this
the world.
freaking coffee with you? So we got stuck with this move to Israel. So the 6 kids, they all live in that house.
No, so 3 kids moved out.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest one is, how do I describe him?
Describe.
He's kind of like a.
Nice. Isn't that nice?
That's really cool. Do you know what a Bedouin is?
Bedouin?
Bedouin.
Cup?
Bedouin?
No,
it's kind of like
What is Bedouin?
Bedouin is like
you understand?
old-fashioned.
A Bedouin?
Bedouin, yeah.
The traveling person?
Like the traveling.
The one that travels in the desert?
Everything in the
Нас называется Bedouin.
Everything.
Usually
his
to a
whole
desert.
Life, is on his back.
Like a
Israel is the
nomad.
Like
in
a,
a way.
like a nomad.
Yes,
He's exactly
I know
like
Bedouin.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is living in a jungle.
This
he
is
has
who?
animals.
This
He's
is
the
who?
oldest child of my
Child.
sister. He's not a child. He's 28.
28. I want to meet the guy. He's
You would find him. You guys would be interested.
Are you kidding me?
He would.
I got goosebumps
I
already.
can't even describe
is he
him in
married
words.
though?
No.
He can't be married. That
No.
creature cannot get married to a normal woman. I mean,
We're still looking for him. It's gonna
Keep
be.
looking.
It's a challenge to find someone for
good
him.
way, because he's an animal. Now, let me tell you, the Bedouin, what's his name?
His name is Amiel.
And he's your,
Older nephew.
so he's a nephew.
I was before I was born.
This is so complicated.
Before
because
I was born,
his
I was
sister
already
is your
an
half
aunt.
sister, right?
So before I was born, I was already an aunt for 3 years. Before I was even in this planet, before my parents met, I was already an aunt.
And not an ant that crawls.
No.
Тетя. Подожди, это я не могу.
And I take that responsibility
So
very
you were
close
an
to my
ant before
heart.
being born.
Yes.
It's
I was born into that
This
position.
woman is thinking weird. I can't even think. We have to come back to it because can you be you can be a nephew before being born.
But can you be an aunt? That's something else. I have never met anyone similar to my situation.
You need to have a gap that's like yours with your parents have to have it. You have to have a gap with your father and your second and your mom. And his previous marriage should be like that's usually. See, I have an aunt, Palinka. She'll be watching this. She lives in Canada. She's 4 months older than I am. She's my secondary aunt because my mom, my grandma has a brother. Well, my grandma passed. No, she has a brother in Canada, Misha. Misha has a daughter. So, see how he's my secondary grandfather. He has a daughter that he had late. And so now she's my secondary aunt. But she's 4 months older than I. We're literally the same age. Interesting. And we grew up together, but to me she was my cousin. I always think of her as a cousin because we're the same age. But she's technically my aunt. Palinka, тетя. Тетя, какая тетя?
So that's how we were.
So you were actually you were younger than in other words, you have nephews older than you.
I have my nephew's 28 and my niece, she just turned
Племянник
27.
старше. This is unusual. So basically the nephew's older than an aunt.
Yeah.
I love it.
So for a
So
long
the guy
time we were
Amit,
cousins.
what's his name? Amit?
Ami.
Amit.
Ami.
We're gonna make this coffee. Watch.